And we are live. I think we are live. How's everybody doing? Welcome to what is today? Thursday? Oh, there's gonna be mowing in the side. Yay! That's great. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Central Florida, and just decided to go live again and see what everybody is up to. There is Chris Rose. Chris is going to be coming on in just a second. Hey, Casey, what's up? Oh, can I bring... I'm going to see if I can bring you on camera, Chris. Chris Rose. Does that work? Hey, what's up, Jim? How are you doing? Did I ever tell you that I met one of your nieces or cousins or something like that at Walt Disney World when I was performing there? They came in. I was performing at the Rose and Crown Pub in Epcot, and some of your family came in and were going on and on about how great of a magician you are. So that was super cool. Hey, Chris, can you jump on a mobile device? I think maybe that's what's holding this up. It says that you're watching, but I can't bring you on. If you could try. Mr. Tony Brent, how are you, sir? Your posts are killing me, by the way. Your Instagram is hysterical. You're... I gotta make it out to see the show. Hello, Mr. Thompson. Eric Thompson is here watching. He's one of the most gifted artists that I've ever met. Ridiculously gifted. And he's a new council member, I think. Good to see you, dude. You're on the phone now. Okay. No, dude, you seriously are. Like, your stuff is... I just had a crazy idea, but when I get back to Portland in January, I want to do the pop-up, and it would be awesome to maybe have you come out to Portland and do some art, some murals. We should do that. We should do that. I know I saw Tanya's in Portland today, yeah? That's awesome. Hold on a second. Approve. I'm going to bring my buddy Chris on here in a minute. Chris is a magician. Oh, there he is. Cool.
Cool.
I'm getting a little bit of feedback, Chris.
Okay.
I'm not sure
I'm not
if
sure
that's
if
on
that's
my
on
side
my
or yours.
side or yours.
What's up, Jeff Pierce?
Pierce.
Let
Let
me.
me.
Can you guys
Can
hear
you
that
guys hear
feedback
that
on
feedback
the live
on the
feed?
live feed?
Just curious.
Just curious. I can try putting my earpiece in.
That might
That
help.
might help.
It could be on
It
my
could be
side
on my
too.
side
I don't
too.
know.
I don't know.
I'm new to doing
new to
this.
doing this.
All right, Eric.
All right,
Yeah, let's
Eric.
talk
Yeah,
soon.
let's talk
That would be
soon. That
awesome.
would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys should
You
check
guys
out
should
Eric's
check out Eric's
stuff.
stuff.
He's
He's
amazing.
amazing.
I'm still getting
I'm still getting.
feedback. Oh, that's better. But can I hear you? Almost. I can just hear myself.
I can just hear myself.
Apologize, everybody. Technical. We said we were going to work it out live, so that's what we're doing. Can you talk, Chris, and see if that comes through? Hey, Pam. Eric was just on here. It's good to see you. How are things in Kentucky? Are you frozen, Chris? You look frozen. Oh, no. Can you talk? Yeah, it's not picking up. Jeff Underwood. What is up, sir? How are you? I've decided I'm going to start doing more of these, bringing some of my cool friends on, like Chris. I don't know if I pointed to Chris in the the live stream or not. No. Who knows? Who knows? We could try. I don't have much experience with this, but my next door neighbor is mowing his lawn right now, so. No. Oh, there you are.
Oh, there you are.
I think it may be because it's coming through the speaker and it's picking up in your camera, or no?
No, the Bluetooth thing it doesn't seem to be working.
Okay.
So we still have like feedback.
I'm hearing it in my earpiece. I can try taking this.
Okay.
No, I'm still
hearing myself.
But you're still gonna hear you.
Okay.
We'll just go through it.
it.
Yeah, okay.
Welcome, Chris. Thank you for being patient and jumping on today. I appreciate you being willing to jump on this and just kind of shoot first.
Yeah, no worries.
So I wanted to let you introduce yourself to anyone who's watching. The whole idea of this, like we were talking about before we jump on, is just to bring some interesting things to people and maybe help them with our experience. So.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So I'm pulling up the email right now. So that
Okay, yeah, no worries.
Try and
we
keep
had a little bit of structure, everybody.
Just a little bit. You need to kind of
What's up, Ryan? Good to see you.
Control.
So, Chris, just introduce yourself to everybody.
Well, I'm Chris Rose. I'm based out of Phoenix, Arizona. One of the lucky few magicians that gets to do what I do for a living. I'm based here, like I said, I'm based in Phoenix, but I've had the pleasure of being able to travel a bit more over the last few years, which has been really nice. Been to a few really cool places. Last year, I was part of a tour that went overseas to perform for the U.S. military in 4 different countries. We had it was a 16-day tour. We ended up doing about 27 shows. About I want to say 12 of those shows were big evening shows, and then the rest of them were what were called unit visits, which were really fun. So we went to like the K9 unit and the armory, and they showed us what their job was, and then we did some close-up magic for them. So yeah, I was part of a team of 4 guys, and the group was called Quicker Than the Eye, Magic and Comedy Up Close. And so, yeah, it was really fun.
Nice.
So they're looking at possibly bringing us back, but we don't have any tour dates yet, so
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. But that's a little bit about me.
Nice. And you just got done working the first time at the Magic Castle.
Yeah, I got home.
Hey, Artie.
I got home about 7 o'clock Monday night. So just over a week. Left the house the Monday the 26th at 7 a.m. Got to the castle about 1 or 2 o'clock. Got all checked in and was able to check out the room and test my sound system, and then was just jumped into the fray that night. So I was working late night parlor. So I had 10:15, 11:15, and 12:30 shows each night for 7 days. And it was amazing. It's been a bucket list item of mine for about 4 years that I've actively pursued it. And I mean, I've known about the castle since I was 12.
And for people who don't know, because I have friends that aren't magicians that might be watching, can you just describe what the Magic Castle is?
So the Magic Castle is the clubhouse for the Academy of Magical Arts, and it's set right in the heart of Hollywood. It's a beautiful property. And
it's a mansion on a hill, right?
It is, and it's a very steep hill too. So one of the lessons I learned was pack smaller. I thought I had, but it's pack smaller because I had to carry my stuff up and down that stupid hill every day. And one day it rained, so it made it even more of a challenge. But
it rained in Hollywood.
Yeah, right in the heart of Hollywood, like
apocalypse.
So, so the castle really is a private supper club, and in order to be able to attend, you either have to be a member or get a guest pass from a member in order to attend. And
they're super exclusive, basically.
Yeah, and they have, because they are a private supper club, they have rules that they can enforce, which is like their dress code is really, really strict. Suit and tie. One of my guests didn't cinch his tie up all the way, and the door guy was like, "Hey, I need you to move that up." So
that's one of the things that I really enjoy about the castle. Is that bar that they set for people that are there. It's really cool.
It's really cool. Yeah, it was so. The staff was amazing. They're like everybody there. You know, their main goal is to provide good magic for the people that come, and their food's great. All of this kind of stuff. I mean, it was really, really good. I can now better understand why it took so long in between conversations between like the entertainment director and his assistant, because not only do they have the job of finding people, but their job is to take care of the performers while they're there. And so Monday is like shift change. So people are checking out in the morning, new scheduled performers are coming in, getting set up and the like. And then it lasts until Sunday, and then it's pretty much, reverse the process. So they're just busy all the time. Plus they do a lot of inter-office communication via email. So when they say that they get anywhere between 200 and 300 emails a day, they are not kidding.
Yeah.
So, So,
it's a super cool place. It's one of my. I did a week there a long time ago, and have been back several times. It's just such a beautiful place.
Yeah, it was amazing.
If you could sum up your experience of working there for a week. In a couple of sentences. How would you say it was to work there?
It was phenomenal. The audiences are they're primed for performing, or they're there specifically to see magic. And their reactions were great. Everything. I mean, it's like you can't ask for better audiences. They react well to everything, which is just fantastic. And then at the beginning of the week, I was a big old ball of stress. By Thursday, I was just a little ball of stress. And, by Sunday, it's like I had it down. I knew, so it's, but the experience itself, I was working with a new show. I was working with a new script. I was working with a new sound control. So there was a lot of new things going on for me at that point. And so that made it both challenging in a good way and challenging in a stressful way. But by the end of it, I mean, there's nothing like, essentially 21 shows back to back that will improve your show tremendously. You
Yeah,
know,
that iterative process of being able to do something three times in a row, then take notes of what worked, what didn't, and make small adjustments all along the way to get it really, really honed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And those small adjustments really did help. I thought that I was going to have my timing down by Wednesday, but it took me until Thursday to really
Sorry.
get my timing down.
Yeah, I remember talking about that. We had had a conversation that you were running a little bit long, and we had worked on it. Just so everyone knows, we had worked together on your script and putting together things into a cohesive show.
Yeah,
Like you'd
you were,
had you'd had your show that you were working on for your corporate audiences, but to translate that to a 20-minute show at the castle takes a little bit of reconfiguring.
yeah, absolutely. That, you know, when I'm doing my own show for my own clients, I essentially set the rules. I had to work with, you know, within their time frames. It was no less than 15 minutes, no more than 20, because of the structure of the castle. You know, one show lets out and that feeds into the next show, and if it goes long, then it throws off the whole night. And I finally got my timing down on Thursday, and I didn't have to remove anything. All I really did was, you know, look at my script and really tighten up the things that were lagging, because I was averaging about 22 minutes the first few days. So I needed to tighten it up somewhere. And after a conversation with you, my initial reaction was to just speak faster. But I did look at, you know, possibly removing an effect. And the way that the show was structured to begin with really was like each piece had a reason to be there. But within each piece, there were times that I could tighten it up. I didn't have to necessarily speed up what I was doing or how I was talking, just more along the lines of combining some action with dialogue at the same time instead of doing one then doing another. So that really helped.
Right.
And so by the time I got to Thursday, I think my quickest show on Thursday was 18 minutes and 18 seconds. So well under the 20-minute thing. So that was really good.
Dang. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm going to move inside real quick because I think they're going to start mowing again. And Artie says here, I just wanted to say, on the first row, you just sit there and takes notes of what you did, which is true. It is a magic class.
What I noticed as far as that's concerned is, yes, there were a couple of magician members in the front row. It largely, most of the magician members ended up like in the last row or in the third row. And most everybody that I saw didn't seem to, you know, sit there like this, you know, scowling like what I had heard was going to happen. Everybody seemed to, you know, to open up really well. Did get some good feedback from some of the magician members, but it's kind of one of those things where you have to take the feedback for what it is and be able to, you know, either recognize that yes, you can make those changes, or no, you can't, you know, and the reason why you made certain decisions and that kind of stuff. So yeah, but I mean, all the feedback that I got was good, and it was all very valid. You know, I didn't have anybody just like, you know, beating me up or anything like that.
You weren't in tears outside.
Right. So
That's always a good thing.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I heard a story about Di Vernon, that I guess there was some kid in the close-up room that just had to get his feedback. So he finally talked him into going to see the show. And then when he was done, apparently Di Vernon just ripped him up one side and down the other. And the guy quit magic, like left completely. And when Di was asked, why he said what he said, or what did he do or whatever. And he goes, some people just can't take constructive criticism. And it's like, wow, so
Brutal.
I was. I don't know if that story's true or not. No idea. But from what I understand about the professor, that's not unheard of. So
Yeah, I've heard stories from a couple of people that got some feedback from him and he was less than kind.
right.
And people that are still performing today, but they're at the Castle now. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Brutal.
So that's a little bit more than 2 sentences, but there you go.
Yeah, that's great. No, it is an amazing place to be in. To have the opportunity to perform there. Sometimes I think in magic, you kind of take it for granted a little bit, but to get to go there, to get to be around those audiences, it really is a special experience, and you take so much away from it.
That's true. The whole time, not only the learning experience, essentially building the show, which you were an integral part of, but taking that, there really is nothing like the experience of putting a product in front of people and getting real-time feedback. There's nothing like that experience, and to have that, concentrated within a week, I couldn't have done that, in like 2 or 3 months worth of shows, because of the lag time between each show. I mean, I've got several performances this weekend, and even that time frame between one performance and the next performance, you got a little bit of a little bit of time to kind of digest it, but then, you go to sleep, you forget half of it, that kind of thing. So,
yeah. No, it really is an amazing opportunity to have that number of shows in a short period of time. Hey, we would talk during our conversations on my time at Walt Disney World, doing 4 shows a night, 5 nights a week, sometimes 7 nights a week. That's a lot of opportunity to perform, and it helps you be better so much more quickly.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, I voice recorded almost all of my shows, and going back and listening to them each night, I realized that people were reacting to areas in the script that I didn't think that, like, it wasn't written as a laugh line, but people ended up laughing. And there's a part of me that still doesn't understand why. Maybe it was just delivery, but I was like, okay, they're reacting here. How can I expand on that? What else can I add to that, So
to really get the opportunity to think about it in the moment, afterwards, and then try it out again.
Immediately. Yeah.
So good. So one of the things that, and we just hit our 15-minute mark, so we're doing good.
I thought this was a max of 15 minutes. Okay.
Thanks, Artie. Artie's had some pretty good comments in here, by the way.
This is true. I've been reading those too.
I haven't been able to comment, Artie, because the conversation, but I really appreciate that. Well, magic was one of those things I think when you find that one thing that you speak through or speaks through you,
right.
I'm a big fan of the Joseph Campbell quote about when you follow your bliss, the universe will open doors where there were only walls before.
Right.
And magic has certainly been that for me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the things that I did want to talk about, one of the things that I want to include in my live chats with my friends, or within the last year, and we've been working together since March.
Right.
What are 3 things, one thing that you've learned, one thing that you've put into practice, and then one thing that you've accomplished in that period of time?
To narrow it down to just one thing on each one of those is going to be a challenge. Through our conversations and coaching with you, I've learned essentially how to look at my business from a completely different perspective. For example, would be I now know part of what I need to do. I haven't quite finished this particular part of it yet, but I'm doing more benefit-based sales than it is feature-based. So, always. Good job, Artie.
He's in there. You're in a moment. And then clean.
There you go. So, anyway, yeah, it's fun. So, I realized that I don't necessarily have to justify, my expense on features. It's more benefits. This is how it's going to benefit you by having, my show at your event. And so that's
one of the things that we talk a lot about is how you want people to feel.
Right.
And in every moment of the interaction that you have with them, that the show isn't just the thing that you do on stage, that it's bleeding out into all of the other areas
of it. So in one of our initial conversations, you had asked me, what do you want your audiences to feel? How do you want them to come away from this? And what I want is for my audiences to feel comfortable enough with me to approach me after the show and want to give me a hug or a high five or stop and get a picture or just some sort of a direct, connection, be it physical or, like I said, like a picture or something along those lines. So I nailed that goal at the Castle. I had anywhere between 70 and 80% of the people in each show come up and give me a hug. And the rest was like a high five or a fist bump or, just a quick comment on their way out the door. So I feel like I affected and actually connected with practically everybody in the theater at each show. And so that was a huge goal for me. And, whether the tricks went well or, there was a technical fail or whatever, at the end of it, they all had a good time and they all felt compelled to come up and give me a hug. So,
and that's one of the things that we kind of talked about too, is that sort of the underlying theme was that you're a super nice guy and you wanted to be their best friend.
Right. Exactly.
And for that to happen at the end of it, what a beautiful experience. And something else that we talk about a lot is like creating magic within your show. It doesn't have to be a magic trick.
Correct. So one of the things that came out of our conversations was I was originally planning on kind of bookending my show with kind of my origin story, which basically is taking a silk vanish, and then bringing the silk back at the end of the show. Well, what ended up happening was that my outro didn't need a magic trick in it, and so it was just me being real and being raw for my audience, and sharing one last little tidbit about me. I know you're about to step on that and slip and fall. Please go back in your room. Please.
And I was just serious, kind of never stop listening, be aware that most will kiss your ass in front of you, but no tongue.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's true. So,
but yeah, listening to your audience
is super important.
Absolutely. And what ended up happening for me, especially at the Castle, and this is normal with me when it comes to like a new script or a new this or that, I'm in my head until I get my script down. It's like my hands know what they need to do. I was concentrating on my mouth, making sure that I hit all the different talking points, and that kind of stuff. And once that started to flow out of me naturally, then my personality started to shine more. And even though, yes, at the beginning of the week, I got, the hugs and the high fives, it really worked out better for me and my audiences later in the week when I was able to get out of my head, have the script memorized, know both what my mouth needed to do, what my hands needed to do, and then I was able to react better and within time to whatever it was that somebody would say during the show. Like, I'll give you an example. I was on Tuesday, so I was still in my head, and the one audience member that I brought up I only brought up one person during the show. I lost complete control of her. That show ended up going 26 and a half minutes. And at one point, she left the stage. And I looked over and she was gone. I was like, where are you going? And she said, oh, I'm getting my whiskey sour. Like right in the middle of the show, And so she went over, she got her drink, and of course she got some of it, I mean, it was just like, wow, okay, what do you do here, But I was able to finally, regain control, which was nice. But it ended up, hey, Michael Eaton, it ended up being good, I guess, that I was able to get out of my head so that, one, I could stop that stuff from happening at the beginning and not lose control. But then I was also able to tighten up the timing and the like. And again, my personality was able to shine through. So that was really good. And as far as one thing I put into practice, I mean, I put a lot of stuff into practice, but really paying attention to, our discussions throughout the year, and not getting defensive and going, I do things this way and this is why and whatever. I mean, I brought you on to help, and you did just that, but really you didn't give me the answers. You helped me draw the answers out of myself. And so just through having a really good sounding board, to be able to talk through some different ideas, but with also kind of the guidance of your experiences and the travels that you've been through, not only as a performer, but as a coach, really kind of helped to keep me focused on the direction that I wanted to go. Like, I knew that my end goal for the show was that people would feel comfortable with me. How do we get there? What do we do? How do we put this stuff into context? And so creating the brand lover statement really helped me out, actually very early on. And you had said this at the beginning, that it was going to be the kind of barometer in which I would gauge where I was going, if I was matching my goals, that kind of thing. And I had a potential client come to me that, based on my brand lover statement, they're not the type of client I should have been working with to begin with. And so when, through the course of conversation with this guy, it became obvious that we weren't going to be able to work together. In the past, I would have felt bad because I just let a show go. But now it's like, well, I don't need to feel bad about this because it doesn't fit within my goal structure. It doesn't fit within my brand statement. And so that really helped me to kind of just put it away, because I would have just, dwelled on it. So, yeah. Anyway, tell them how important it is to tell someone of their ideas, not just flat
ass bad.
I think being honest with a person.
Oh,
because it's one of the things that I strive for when I'm talking to people is honesty, and trying to remove all that ego stuff out of it. It's like, let's not hold on to an idea just because it's my idea and I've been doing it for this however long.
Right.
What are you trying to communicate? And if that idea does not line up with what you're trying to express into the world, you're just noise and confusion.
Exactly. Not only for you, but for your potential clients. You know, they may be expecting one thing, and if you're representing yourself as something that's not actually happening, then there's a bit of confusion there. So
for me, Artie really helped early on. I didn't realize at the time. Sorry, Artie. But that's what was happening. But he was instrumental. He was my mentor and helped shape a lot of how I see performing, how I approach performing, and all of that. So.
Yeah, having somebody in your world that's willing to tell you the unvarnished truth is, in my opinion, one of the biggest things for a performer. But on the other side of that same coin is being able to take it and not be defensive and realize that this person is not there to tear you down and make you feel bad. They're there to help improve you, make you think about what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're saying and how you're coming across. And I have several people in my world, Jason being one of them, but I have several people in my world that are willing to, you know, take a look at my stuff and go, why are you that doesn't fit you at all, you know? For example, I've spent quite a bit of time this past year with Chef Anton, and his character is a hustler. And so he does, you know, pool hustling and 3 shell game and 3 card Monty, and that's nothing. None of those routines would be something that would go well with the character that I'm portraying right now.
Right.
You know? So as beautiful as those routines are, they don't fit for me.
I was talking to another friend this morning who's stepping back into magic, and he was talking about the same thing. He talks about it in terms of his muse. Whereas like being very understanding of what that inner voice is, so that I can't read that.
It says
I know. I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah. I don't know how to fix it either.
I apologize, everybody, for the echo. My friend Josh is here. He's my technical guru. But yeah, talking about that inner voice and that inner muse and being able to decide very quickly whether or not something's going to work for you or not.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
And what about one thing you've accomplished?
Well, what I've accomplished, well, there's several different things, but one of them, of course, is being able to get to the castle and have what I feel was a solid product. You know, this show was new. It's the first time, and I hate to admit this, but it's the first time that I have had a through line from beginning to end that interconnected everything. I mean, there was a reason why, you know, routine 1 was here, routine 2 was there, and the overall arching storyline and the like. I've tried to do that in the past, but what it really came down to is that I wasn't being true to myself. I had a particular vision in my head as to what a magician was supposed to be, and I was trying to fit myself into that role, and that's not exactly who I am, you know. So what I've been doing over the last few years, and it's really come into play in our conversations, Jason, is kind of stripping away the different masks and things and costumes and all this kind of stuff that I've been hiding behind, and really allowing, you know, like me as a person get out and really just be real instead of this fake magician that I thought I was supposed to be. And what I'm finding is that people are responding not only better to the tricks, but they're responding better to me as a person, and I don't feel so slimy like I used to, you know? There was a point in time when I was unapproachable. People didn't want to, you know, I wasn't creepy, I don't think, but there was a distinct wall between me and my audiences. and I could feel it and they could feel it, you know?
Yeah.
Now I've been able to kind of strip all that stuff away, which has been really good. So to have a good product to be able to take to a place like the Castle, and is now the seedlings for my larger show that's in the works, that's a huge accomplishment. And honestly, without Jason as a coach, and without the support from my other friends, and people being willing and able to tell me the truth, it wouldn't have happened, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyway.
No, it's been a really amazing journey, and very cool to say, oh, hello, boy.
Hello, boy.
So he's trying really hard to play quietly, and I'm very, very proud.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You did a great job.
Yeah, you've been being good, buddy.
Yeah,
So,
it's just been really amazing to see that journey. To see you find your voice, to start speaking in your voice, and bringing it into the world.
Oh, well, thanks, Michael Eaton. What a very nice compliment. I really do appreciate that.
I didn't see it.
Great content so far. Happy to see Chris at a whole new level from when I first met him. So I met Jason and Michael Eaton and Kostya Kimlot all during the Restaurant Magic Business Seminar. I think it was in 2009. And that was when I was transitioning out of the Zoot Suits, because that was one of my characters. And I call it a character, but really it was just me in a Zoot suit. Like, I never really fully realized that character. I didn't do the walk. I didn't do the talk. I didn't do, any of that stuff. So it was really just, it was a costume is all it really was. And so we all met during that time. And a number of years has gone by, and I think all of us have grown. I mean, I know that I've seen quite a bit of growth from Michael and from you as well. So, but I think it all comes back to that network of friends that are willing to tell you the truth, Yeah. So there you go.
Absolutely.
Well, Chris, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here.
Well, it was an honor to be able to kind of chat about all of this kind of stuff with you, and share that with your audience as well, because I mean, you've been invaluable to me this since March, nearly a year, and just in this past year, I think I've grown. Good job, Michael. Yeah, Zoot Suit Riot.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of that song. Anyway, but I mean, just our conversations, not only as friends, but also when we both put on, like, you've got your coach, hat on, and I've got my student hat on, and, we really just kind of delve in to, oh God, please, let's not get him started on that. And so, having somebody to brainstorm with, I haven't had that in a number of years. My buddy Justin and I used to be roommates in the late 90s, early 2000s. And since I've moved away and, he started a family, we really haven't had that kind of concentrated, brainstorming time, working through ideas and what works and what doesn't work. And so to have someone like you in my world to be able to kind of bring an idea and go, what do you think about this? So anyway, I
think it's really important to have that outside eye.
Oh, yeah. And coupled with that, practicing and rehearsing for the Castle Act, I was still waiting for bits and pieces and parts of the puzzle to come in, even as late as Friday. I left on Monday. So I was practicing, this part of the show and that part of the show, and it was all out of order. And then I finally got all the pieces together on Friday, so that weekend was all um, rehearsal time. But even that rehearsal time didn't really prepare me for putting it in front of a live audience. I mean, there are things that happened or things that I forgot in a certain point. For example, um, the beginning of my show, I'm doing a word prediction. So I'm having people write down words and put it on a piece of paper and put it in a box. I was originally going to be standing at the entrance door with a little free hug sign and giving people this, paper, but I forgot the free hug sign. And I picked it up at the end of the show, and I don't know why it didn't make sense, but it should have been at the end anyway, because at that point, they know who I am. I'm not just some creepy guy standing inside the door with a free hug sign. So that rehearse. Yes, Artie, I had to rehearse. I was so nervous about it just because it was so new. But the minute that I picked up that free hug sign and, the music kicked on and people started filing out, giving me hugs, I knew instantly at that point that that's where that needed to live. But it had been planned at the beginning. And because of a serendipitous mistake, I forgot about it and it found its home, and you don't get that until you're in front of people, Yeah. So anyhow.
Absolutely. No, I'm glad that you got the chance to do the experience at the castle, and hopefully they'll have you back again. Yeah. Oh, and you got a lot of cool stuff coming up too in the next year, I think. So.
Yeah, lots of really cool stuff. So, So hopefully this helps, your clients understand how much it is that you bring to the table. Because honestly, Jason, had it not been for the last, 10 months? Is that right?
Yeah.
9 months, something like that. If it hadn't have been for that time, I would not have been in a position to say yes when the castle called.
Right.
Wow. So
Thank you.
Yeah, I know that the type of show that I was doing, I don't think it would have been castle worthy. I really don't. And so all of the work and time and effort and laughter and tears that we've had for the past 9 months has really shaped that and put me into a position to be able to say yes confidently. So
high
thank
five,
you.
man.
High five, man.
Very nice.
That's great. So, like I said before, just the journey that you've been on this last year has been really amazing.
Well, you've been a huge part of it, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I won't keep you on here. I know this audio isn't the
You
best.
feel like you want to jump in and I've got video. You want to see the show?
Artie can be brutal, but he's good.
He's good. He's good. He's got a great eye.
So
I love my magic dad.
Cool,
all right,
cool.
sir. Have a great day. Thank you. I'm going to stay on for a little bit, so we'll see if this audio still does the same thing, just for my own personal gratification.
So there you go. Yeah, I don't know how to turn my part off.
Maybe I do this. Wait, bye, Chris.
Bye.
Okay. Yeah, it was all coming through there, I think. Can you guys... Artie's like, send it now! Yeah, I think once he gets it, back from the castle, we'll take a look at that, and I'm excited to see the progression over the course of the week. So, yeah, it was really cool to watch that happen. So we've got a few people watching. My magic dad Artie is here. Christine might still be here. Jason Lieb. Thanks, Artie. I'm planning on doing more of these. Talking just, the last few years I've been working with really amazing people doing really amazing and creative things. And I do it because I like doing it. I like being around really intelligent and creative people. And I started thinking over the last like 2 years really seriously that I should maybe start bringing some of this knowledge to people, because I think like Chris would have never, like he said, he would never have gotten to the castle. He wouldn't have been ready for the castle had we not done all of that early work on the brand messaging. And I was talking about it again with a friend earlier today, to have a foundation. And that's the most important thing about this. Like, you can call it whatever you want. It goes by a lot of different names. Branding, your voice, your vision. People call it lots of different things. And when you have that foundation, you have that voice that you're speaking from, your authentic voice, damn, it's so powerful. It is really powerful, and it changes everything, because it's not just artistic decisions that are affected, it's life decisions, it's business decisions, it's everything. I have this theory when I work with people that everything is connected. We may work on your act, or we may work on your business, or whatever it is, but that is going to bleed out into every aspect of your life. And what it is that you're trying to bring out in any specific way, again, whether it's through your art, through your business, through whatever, to have that foundation that you're speaking from, powerful, 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 powerful. Like Chris was saying, being able to turn down a show and feel good about it. How many magicians and business owners in general are working from the idea that, it's kind of like the scarcity mindset, because they don't really understand lining up with an audience, and you don't have to speak to everybody. You can really speak to the people that you want to speak to. And when you're speaking that kind of your truth, your voice, those people that you want to talk to are going to be attracted to you. It's a really powerful thing. So I've been blessed with mentors and coaches and guides along my journey, and I have lived an incredibly blessed life. And Mr. Anton James is here, the magician, the official magician of Salem, Massachusetts. I am honored, my friend. I'm honored by everybody here being here. So yeah, I think that's one of the things that I wanted to do, was bring on some people that I've worked with in the past, have more of these conversations. My focus is really getting people to find their authentic voice and to bring that into the world through whatever means necessary, because I think that's how we change the world. Love you too, Artie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been an incredibly beautiful ride. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up. I hope you guys watch it. Share the video if you want. If you have questions, comments, leave them below. I would love to hear what you guys think. I want to have more of these. So if you're interested in talking and just having an eclectic conversation, reach out, and I would love to set something up, and we can talk. So much love to everybody. Thanks everybody for watching. Check out Chris Rose. He's a magician out of Phoenix, Arizona. And you too, Anton. You stay awesome. You're an amazing human being. You really are. Every time I see your stuff, I'm inspired by it. But yeah, check out Chris. Check out Artie. He's an amazing human being as well. My friend Lucas is on here. Maybe I'll stick around for a little bit longer. I was going to sign off. And people started showing up. Oh, Tanya. Tanya, you are in Portland. I was just talking to Eric Thompson about, that guy, about maybe coming out to Portland next year and helping with some art stuff. That would be cool. I'm glad you made it to Portland okay. I saw that earlier today. I think that was today, or it was yesterday. I don't know. Check out Tanya too. She's an amazing photographer. Really, really awesome. Her work is super cool. She does a lot of, her work is in Cincinnati area, greater Cincinnati area. I don't want to overstate where she's at, but Tanya's amazing. I have such amazing friends. Jerry from my days at the Rose and Crown Pub. She's here. Thanks for being here. But yeah, so again, I just wanted to get on. I'm going to try to do these maybe twice a week and just have some interesting conversations with people that are interesting and that I've either worked with in the past to see what they're up to. And yeah, no, Lucas, it's been a while since I left the boardwalk, probably, or since you left the boardwalk. I don't know which one of us jetted first. That was a beautiful experience. Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate you being here, and thanks for talking earlier, dude. That was an amazing conversation. You, again, are one of the most brilliant people. I've just been so lucky. Like, I don't know how I made it into the room with so many amazing people that I have met. Intelligent, creative, driven. You know, it's amazing. And to learn something from everybody along the way has been really helpful. So that's part of what these live talks are going to be, is hopefully bringing perspective, bringing some knowledge, bringing some useful stuff into everybody's lives. So Jim is here again. Hello, sir. Everybody's jumping on. I knew I was going to have to do this thing for like an hour at least. My lighting is terrible. My audio was not good earlier. I've learned so much today. But yeah. So again, if you guys have questions, comments, if you know somebody that I should talk to, or is looking for help in finding their voice, or performance coaching or anything like that, definitely send them my way. I'm looking to help as many people as I can. Artie, who was on earlier, was so instrumental early on for me in having a mentor, a director, a coach, someone that I could work with to hone my performances. It was super invaluable, and I just kind of want to bring that to people, and not necessarily with magic. It can be other things as well. But yeah, I don't know who all is here. Jim Horwich. I still remember that card trick. I talked about it the other day, Jim. It was a fooler. It was like a color-changing deck thing. I don't know. You fooled the hell out of me, though. I think it was that thing with the dark card, if I'm not mistaken. That thing was super cool. Yeah. I don't know. Now I'm just rambling. But yeah, so for the past year, I've been working with people. Actually, not just the past year. For like the past 7 years, I've been working on a lot of different projects. You guys have probably seen. If you're watching this on Facebook, then you may have seen some of the photos and stuff that I've done. Again, just want to bring, I don't know, the creative process and a creative perspective to a wider audience, so that some of the things that I talk about with my clients and some of the things that we do in our events can help other people too, and introduce them to really cool people who jump on in Facebook as well. Building the community. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I should wrap up, because I had set for myself a 30-minute time limit, and I have exploded past that. Noah Kidd is here. Hello, Noah. Good to see you. How's everything in Northern Kentucky? I know you just closed your business after so many years and transitioning into something else. You were amazing and super successful at. You had a hair salon for a very long time, and I've known, man, it's amazing. I've known a lot of the people that are on for so many years. Time has a funny way of slipping like that, But yeah, so thank you everybody, seriously, for watching. No, you were fine, totally fine, Chris. In fact, I kind of knew in the back of my mind. I just wanted to set the half an hour and the 15 minutes for us, and we were pretty close. We probably went 10 over, but that's okay. I set it more for myself, and I need to get better about um, having a little more structure in certain aspects. I like the free flowingness of things too, but no, you were great, and I really appreciate you coming on. And I thought everything that you talked about, the experience at the castle, and if you're just joining now live, watch this once it gets posted up because Chris talks a lot. There's a little bit of bad audio on my part, and I apologize, but Chris has some really good things to share about his experience. So, but yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. And again, comments, questions. If you want to come on and talk to me, let's set something up because again, I have really amazing friends that are doing really amazing things and they should be talking to a lot more people. And if I can do anything to facilitate it and help out in any way, I'm at your service. So thanks again for watching, everybody. Love you all, and namaste, as I learned to say in Kathmandu. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching.